Hello everyone, this is ZZC954 here with a Source SDK video tutorial on how making your first map along with spawn points, and I'll be going over how to get set up, and I'll be showing you the tools and everything else. So first off, we want to open Steam. Now you want to go to the Tools tab, it's the last tab, and do a locate to Source SDK. Once you have it selected, you want to go down to launch. If you don't have Source SDK, then simply install it. Now Source SDK is open. For these tutorials, I'll be using Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Counter-Strike Source. All my videos will be for Counter-Strike Source maps. So once you have these selected, you can click hammer. But before that, if you don't see Half-Life 2 Episode 1 or you don't see Counter-Strike Source, you want to go back over to Steam, you want to go Tools tab, and you want to go Source SDK again. Except this time you want to right click it and go to Properties. Now, once you're here, you want to go to Set Launch Options. And then you want to type this in, -engine space EP1. Click OK, close, and restart Source SDK, and you should see these options. Now, I'm going to right click and go to Launch Hammer Editor. Okay, now we're in Hammer. You can close these messages at the bottom, and then you want to go to File menu, and then you just want to hit New. Now you'll have 4 basic boxes that just have lines in them. This one has nothing in them. I guess I'll go over them first. This is the camera view. You'll see a 3D textures here. This is the side view. You'll see the side of your map here. This is the front view. You'll see the front of your map here. And this would be the top view. Okay, now we'll go over the tools. This is your selection tool. You can click the textures and make them different textures or whatever. This is your magnifying tool. You can magnify on stuff. See, look. This is your camera tool. This is your entity tool. This is your block tool. This is your texture tool. And this is your clipping tool. Those are the basic tools, and the rest you don't really need to know. Well, this is apply current texture, but it's the same thing as this pretty much. So now to start off, we're going to hit our selection tool. Actually, we want to hit our block tool. Click your block tool. Go into any of the 3 boxes over here with lines in them, and simply make a box. You can either hit enter, or you can right click it and go to create object. Now, if you go to your camera box, you won't see anything in it. To fix this, you want to go to map, entity report, and go to. Now you just have a box. Okay, this is my texture right now, so I'm going to select it. You can do the same to fix your texture. Select it, go to the toggle texture application tool. You can do Shift A, and then you want to go down to here and go to browse. And now if you go to the filter tool, you can put in what you want. For this tutorial, I'll be using wood. Double click the texture you would like and hit apply. Katie, can you be quiet? I'm making a video. Click apply. Okay. Now you have this. You have a box. You want to go up to the selection tool, and then you want to click it. If it's a little too tall, you want to go to your front view, and you just want to shrink it down a bit. Now you have this. Now you can just make it smaller, because that's a little big. Make it a little fatter, a little taller. Okay, so now once you go in the box with your camera tool, you use the WASD keys to move around and the arrow keys to look around. Now, locate inside your box. You just move around. Check, here's your box. Just go inside it. You'll see the frame of your box you made. Now you can't really go in it because it's just a solid box. So you want to go to your selection tool. You want to click it, and then you can either hit Control H or you can go up to the Tools menu, and you want to go to Make Hollow, which is Control H. Now this menu will pop up. Now you can use how thick you want your walls, but for this tutorial I'll be using -2, which I think is the best. So just put in -2 and hit enter. Now if you go to your camera box, you can go inside your box and it will be hollow. So now we're gonna go over spawn points. To create a spawn point, you want to go to the entity tool. It's like the flashlight looking thing. And then you want to go over to right here. The category should be entities, and the objects should be, you should put in info underline player underline TERRORIST, and then go back to your camera view and select somewhere in your map. There. Now you have a terrorist spawn point. To add a counter-terrorist spawn point, you want to do the same thing. You want to select the entity tool. You want to go to objects, backspace. You want to go to info, player, counter-terrorist, and then go to your camera view and select somewhere. Now you have 2 spawn points, a counter-terrorist and a terrorist. I should probably say that multiple people cannot spawn at the same spawn point, so you're gonna have to make about, if you're making a big map, you're gonna have to put about 25 spawn points of each, and you're obviously not gonna be able to fit them in here. And also, if your spawn point is touching the ground, that's not touching the ground, it's like right over the ground. If it is touching the ground or it's touching a wall, if it's like this, it won't be able to spawn. Okay? It has to be alone by itself. So put it back where it was. You can hit Control Z and then keep it like that. Now we can go and test our map. You can hit F9 or you can go to File, Run Map. You're gonna have to save your map before you do it. So let's just type in map for the win. Hit save and let Counter-Strike open. Actually, you're gonna have to compile your map real quick. So you can select don't run the game, or you can do that. So I'm gonna I'll let it load. So just click OK with default settings. It'll automatically put you into your game server along with your map. Okay, now that we're in our game, you want to select OK, and you can either choose terrorist or counter-terrorist. Now you're in your map you just made. And you can also press M and go to terrorist. Oh no, I actually must put the terrorists in a wall or something before I compiled, so sorry. Must have done something with that. So there is the first tutorial of many coming up on how to create a spawn point with a room, going over tools. If you have any questions at all, please message me on YouTube and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks for watching. Bye.